Oh, Serpent Beach, my favorite map. Good.
Yes, and it's BrutalFissure's pick actually. So let's
here
actually
we go
just show the draft and go through with that. And any predictions from you, Jay?
After seeing the first game, I'm still going to say AICO. AICO.
That team.
That team. The team begins with A. Yeah, Exopugs team. I'm going to say they're going to take the win. But let's have a look at the draft first. Yeah, Calm got through. Calm, Makoa, what?
Yep.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Need I say more? AICO win.
Oh, you're aggressive. TJ, can you give us through the drafts without that spice?
I'll try my best, but ouch. Okay, on the side of AICO, the bans against BrutalFissure will be the Eevee and the Androx as a double flank ban. Their draft is as follows. The Drogos are Khan, Ying, Leon, and a Makoa. Khan!
That's what I think every single time I see that champion. Over on BrutalFissure, my boys and girl, we have the bans being Willow and Inara, while the picks are Strix.
Waffy seems to have DC'd, I think.
No, I am still here.
No, he's still here. Can't get rid of him that easily.
No. Can't get rid of me that easily. No, but yeah, Strix, Cassie, Maldamba, Torvald, and Fernando coming through here for the side of BrutalFissure. I would say I kind of agree with Jay there. Like Khan and Makoa on the same team, that's like the worst duo frontline comp you can ever get up against. That's the worst one out of any composition. So I do think that AICO has a better draft, but I still believe BrutalFissure will be able to take this game and make it a draw.
You gotta have faith.
Well, I know about Fate Esports, but I don't know about Faith Esports. So, we're just gonna take a short break and return to you with game number 2 between BrutalFissure and AICO Esports. You're watching the Magistrates Legacy League week number 2. My name is WiffyGG, our host is GGJ, and our co-caster here is the real TJDJ. See you soon and get ready for some hype matchups for the last game of today's session. Bam! We're here with the last game of today's sets here in Magistrates Legacy League. Week number 2 between BrutalFissure and AICO Esports. TJ, get us through the roster of BrutalFissure.
We made it, dude. We're here.
Yes, we are.
Okay, BrutalFissure are your guys in blue. We have Dutch Knights playing the unauthorized use on the strip. Stepshooter Blue playing his Impulse Cassie, Fake Zod with the Spirit's Chosen Maldamba, Owl Dummy with the Field Study Torvald, and a Paranormal Pharaoh playing the Scorch Fernando.
Over on the side of AICO, we have Esnabro playing the Combustible Drogos, Exopuck on the Firing Line Khan, searching for ID, Life Exchange Sing, Volta on the Death and Taxes Leon, and finishing it up with Versa on the Leviathan Makoa. And this is a fight that's already in favor of AICO Esports as they whittle down BrutalFissure one by one. What a brilliant start of the fight by just controlling the other roster as well as possible to just take it easy on the point. And they do as well.
Makoa hooks should, and normally always do, unless you hook a front line, equal a kill. And that's what we saw there from the side of AICO. It's pretty interesting. I have 2 tanks that want to both play aggressively, and they both are, as a lovely hook is going to land onto Neptune the Blue. Doesn't result in a kill because their Torvald shield comes through, but as a completely uncontested objective for AICO is captured. 1-0, and off they go for the push. Dutch Knight is very low on the back line as he is sniped by Versa. Hook lands as well, and Neptune the Blue Torvald shield to keep her alive.
Combustible shot connecting, getting a hold onto Paranormal Pharaoh. And while Neptune was actually hit, he got healed right on time by Fake Zod. He's getting pushed though very aggressively, and Exopuck and Vilta ends up controlling both Owl and Neptune. Now with over 1.5 minutes left, they still are pushing towards conversion. Not a single contest happening for BrutalFissure here.
Yeah, BrutalFissure just can't get themselves in the game right now. Whenever they poke or peek, or whenever they just want to do anything, they're just met with just the sheer brick wall.
1 minute and 30 left.
AICO hook landing onto the support of BrutalFissure. Not long for this world, but Versa tries to hit that Ancient Rage and is unfortunately going to die in the cast time. But kill onto fake Zod means BrutalFissure are still not in the greatest of situations.
Sitting back, enjoying the view is what Dutch Knight is doing. He wants to get that essential kill onto Esnebra, and he does with a brilliant snipe. And while the Immortal has been activated by Paranormal, it still is just a little bit of a setback to reposition themselves. It does work in their favor though, and now they're ready, healed up and ready to go again.
Yeah, with 47 seconds left on the push, I'm expecting your normal service to resume in how AICO want to keep this going. They're currently fishing for a hook and a pick, and that should that does happen. As Carl's mentioned the blue, but Isnabro does lose his life in trade, so it's 4v4. Paranormal Pharaoh is ultra low, having to get out there, but Fake Zod and a Torvald Shield are going to keep him alive for the meantime. But there's the Khan looming. Versa hits that hook. Fernando is in a bit of a pickle, but he still stays alive as Vilsa will fall to Neptune the blue. 10 seconds left on the clock.
6 seconds left, and it does look to be all in on AICO. The firing line battle cry is definitely working in their favor as Exopuck both heals and gives CC immunity to his team. That is definitely going to help with the push. Esnebrock getting a hold on to poor old dummy. Owl dummy. I don't know why I said it like that. And Paranormal Pharaoh dies just the same. Dutch is the only one holding the fort.
Ooh, very close there for AICO. Both front lines walked off the point, and thankfully Vilsa was there just to say, guys, we're still pushing, by the way, racing onto the point to keep the overtime going. Owl dummy activating their hyper beam. It's going to knock Exopuck off the map. Versa falls to Paranormal Pharaoh, but health bars are low, and it's going to be enough though. BrutalFissure will defend successfully.
Look, that's what we want to see.
We want to see closeness. We don't want to see just comfortable demolitions all the time. We want to see some good old paladins, and the more the merrier. So I'm happy it's 1-1. I can't help but be a little bit surprised though with what is essentially AICO with an unbelievable draft. They still find themselves at 1-1.
Dutch is actually topping the damage charts. That is why I definitely want to look at the Dutch Knight and see what his build is actually made of, because that's very impressive to see Strix doing so well, especially all things considered here. Overburn 5, of course.
Well, when you have a double front line and also a Drogos to take pop shots at, it's not surprising to see a lot of damage going away. But BrutalFissure do currently have more objective time on the point. They have 3% to AICO 0. Immortal is popped as Versa goes on a solo journey into 4 people, popping that Ancient Rage, but that's 10,500 health just gone in an instant. But Distraction Power also just not actually being capitalized on, as AICO remain in the sewer area on the right. Neptune goes down to Pug. And 4v5 at the moment. There's Versa. He's back in action. AICO back on the point to resume service as normal.
I don't know why BrutalFissure didn't push in on the point immediately. They're finally onto it though now. And Dutch Knight getting an essential pick onto Versa. Now searching for ID. Got a hold onto Paranormal Pharaoh together with his team. A collective effort to make sure that the front lines won't be in the vicinity of the point. Neptune the blue makes a perfect flick, getting a hold onto Vilta. That is one very essential damage dealer down, but AICO is still doing well here on the point.
Yeah, Versa is just doing a fantastic job of holding off the Torvald and the Strix in the backline. Iznov is going to get a double kill onto both of them. Relatively simple fight combo with the salvo, a lot of damage. Paranormal Pharaoh drops. Neptune Blue is there to try and get a bit of overtime and contest the point, but it is all for naught as the point is once again captured in favor of AICO.
AICO says, here we go, as they actually just got the point in a very controlled way. Exopuck together with Vilsa pushing in here on the right side, and Fissure has to leave his life behind. Paranormal is the only one holding them back, and it's only temporarily due to the fact that Paranormal cannot outfight. And you cannot outplay both a Khan and a Leon working together. So all he needs to do is go back, and he does, rightfully so. Are you having fun over there, Mr. Sleepyhead?
Quite you. So as all that was going on, no one was really pushing the point. So you know, AICO they made a lot of space, and freed a lot of pressure, but no one's actually on that point for quite a while there. Now it is starting to move, but it is wasted time, as Dutch Knight is going to eat a combustible shot to the face and knock him out. And Neptune the Blue are having a bit of a boxing match as well. Torvald shield does come through, and Ezebo will fall to the 1v1 plus the Torvald shield. But the action remains around the point area. Versa and Vilsa, both of them pretty low, having to be healed up. Paranormal Pharaoh will drop down to Leon, getting the killing blow, especially for ID. Drops Neptune the Blue, who was very low on that high ground side for too long. Aldomi is just popping on the high ground, throwing shields their way, but he is not long for this world either. This is AICO in control. Fake Zod doing his best to try and contest the point. Ancient Rage is channeled just to confirm the kill. Double kill from Islabro, who trades 2 for 1. Dutch Knight goes down.
Make it 4 for 1.
Make it 4 for 1 indeed. AICO, normal service has resumed. They are 3-1 up.
BrutalFissure right now have only one person holding them up, really, and that is Dutch Knight. Such extreme, like, when it comes to damage, actually BrutalFissure is standing on top, but the net worth is still so much in favor of AICO that their items are pretty much bought in at this point, while BrutalFissure still needs a little bit of capital in to push it through. And they have the comeback mechanic in order, so they should actually be able to take this next point if they play their cards well.
If they play their cards well and if they execute, which is not really what we've been seeing. But yeah, you're right. Dutch Knight has been having a very steady performance on the Strix. Neptune as well as came pretty clutch at times. Dread Serpent is thrown down to try and get just assist the team fight, but Neptune will fall. Although it is a trade in favor of AICO as 3 go down. Dutch Knight and Owl Dummy fall in a double kill for Vilsa. And AICO made that a triple kill. I love it when that happens.
They are just picking them off, man.
Yeah.
Oh, the humanity.
Absolutely. But here's the thing, you can't really engage onto a Mako and a Khan combination. You just can't. No pun intended.
You just can't. No. But with 81% on the payload capture rate, it's just a matter of time, really, because if they don't touch now and somebody else, we actually have Paranormal Pharaoh stepping up to the game and going onto the point to get that overtime in their favor. They don't even have the overtime activated, and Fissure really doing his best to heal his teammates. The overpower does come through, and the Dragon Punch is coming as well. Not connecting onto anything, just keeping him healthy, and that is all she wrote for BrutalFissure as 3 out of 5 goes down, namely Dutch and Neptune. AICO takes this set.
A long-range Hyper Beam just knock him off, but Leon just enlightens that and remains on the point to capture it. But that will wrap up game 2, and it is AICO who will take victory in our last game of the day. We made it, dudes.
We did, yes. So great games, but you did see the difference. Now, there was a couple of things that I noticed in regards to Neptune and Blue. You're meant to stay within reach of your Torvald so that he can shield you. Yes, being aggressive is fantastic and it does pay off. Slight problem though, if you don't get shielded, you're dead. So, I'm not picking on you, Neptune, but you can't be that aggressive. Your Fernando was backing off, but yet you leap forward on high ground. The Torvald couldn't reach you to shield you. That's either a communication issue, or you was just too eager to jump in and do some wacky play. But nonetheless, AICO take it 2-0. They pick up the win. Yeah, there's been some interesting games, and of course we've seen the draws come through as well. Very, very intrigued. To the point where the league's shaping up. The league is actually shaping up in a different way that I thought possible to where I saw things.
Yeah, I agree. It has been quite different in certain areas, and especially I think that most of these teams are getting better, but there are some teams that are stuck in a little bit of a loop, and I do believe that there are two teams right now that are stuck in a bit of a loop, and that is Infected Dragons, not doing anything impressive, but being consistent game by game by game. And BrutalFissure has this a little bit of a, let's just call it an unfortunate situation where they're both new and they also
events.
Let me just reiterate on what you're saying, because I want to make this abundantly clear. BrutalFissure were thrown together literally 4 days prior to the league going live. So, you know, they're what, 2 weeks old now? Or 2.5, 3 weeks old? So
something along those lines,
you can't, you know, we can't say the fact that they are taking points and they are defending against these teams that have synergy, that they have that cohesion between each other, and that they know each other, and that these teams have played together for such a long period compared to BrutalFissure. I think BrutalFissure are actually holding their own considerably well, and the players, yes, it's very hard for them, and it's a morale kick in the teeth, but at the same time, they should hold their heads up high and say, you know what, look at how we have performed considering what little time we've had.
Yeah, and who we have been up against. Like, they started off with Jesu, one of the main runners, according to most players, and like now they were up against AICO that has a little bit of a momentum going on here, getting better in due time. So like BrutalFissure is actually always up against a much better like organized team, a much better cooperating team, and their like synergy between the players are just on point. So this is just a matter of time. I think BrutalFissure will be able, by week 4, I can promise you, you will see BrutalFissure win a set. I can promise you that. By week 4, BrutalFissure has won a set. Just, I believe in that wholeheartedly, and I will fight for it. As the owner of the team, I have to work with them and help them as much as possible. Yep. We're actually going to look at the leaderboards now, my friend.
Okay, so we got an updated leaderboard, and some of it might not make sense, but there will be an announcement later on. Don't worry, but go ahead, Waffy, and show the leaderboard now. Pretty please.
It is right up here for all of you to look at.
The top 2 teams, Bloodlust leading the way with 5, Shazoo joint first with 5, Leviathan Esports 4, Fate Esports 4, Infected Dragons 4, AICO Wait, is this right?
AICO, yeah.
No, the points, I mean.
Yeah, it is.
5, 5, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 2.
Yeah, the only team that lost was BrutalFissure, and AICO lost last time, so they only had 1 point.
Right, okay.
They got 3 points. And since it was AICO versus BrutalFissure, I thought that they deserved a higher spot than Crisis, due to the fact that Crisis was against Leviathan, and about that with Leviathan...
Goes by score, though. Like, whoever got the best score, though, doesn't it? So it doesn't matter how you feel about it or how I feel about it. It's got to go on score, right?
Yeah.
And,
okay,
you didn't just put someone up there because you thought they deserved it better? No, we can't do that.
No.
Hashtag unbiased.
I was like, hang on a minute. No, Waffy, you can't do that. That's biased Yes, you know what? I think Fate should win every game. So you know what? I'm going to put Fate first, even though they don't have the points for it. But I think Fate should win.
Silence. That was not what I meant.
Jay's leaderboard is in first place Fate, in second place Fate, third place Fate, fourth all the way down, and everyone else.
And everybody under 8th is all the other teams.
Bastard.
So your top runners for the two first weeks was Bloodlust and Shazoo. Bloodlust and Shazoo are joint because they played each other in week 2, which is this week, and they took the draw. Leviathan Esports, there will be a announcement about that team. Fate Esports take the win, so they pick up their 3 points, and we lost the first week, so that was 1 point. Infected Dragons lost to us, so we're joint in 4th. So hang on, Bloodlust and Shazoo joint first. Leviathan, Fate, Infected Dragons, and AICO, and Crisis all joint 3rd.
Yeah.
Wow. So other than BrutalFissure, sadly, what an even keel. What an even Stevens League.
Yeah, there is no one sitting happy with, hey, we had a 2-0 in the first 2 weeks. No. It's a win and a draw is what's separating them.
Pretty much. And it's 2 matchups with wins and 1 draw. And then we had 1 loss. So it was pretty much all around evening out the scores for each team, because they got up against, like, the teams that were behind got up against better fitting opponents, and those that were pretty even got a draw, and those that were strong pretty much just kept their wins going. So it's very, very nice to see such an even leaderboards going forward. But as you said, there will be an announcement about Leviathan Esports, since I see in the chat some have been mentioning it looks weird, and we will definitely explain it in due time.
And if you look in chat right now, there is the Gleam giveaway for the plushie Makoa. He is adorable. It's a toy, isn't it? I'm just going to say it's a toy. It's not the plushie Makoa skin. It's actually the thingy-majiggy. What do they call it? A plushie, right? It is the plushie.
It's a literal plushie.
It's not a skin called plushie Makoa, though. That's the problem.
Yes, because it's a plushie Makoa in game. But it's not. But you're not winning plushie Makoa game. You're winning plushie Makoa.
You know what I mean? Like, everybody's now saying, "What, Jay? What?" Okay, so it's the plushie. You know, the thing. I call it a toy. Like the toy is one.
Actual plushie you hold in your hands. It is little Makoa.
Yes, that one. The adorable little thing that everybody loves and said that it's going to be theirs.
You can't say no to Bacuddles. You just can't.
You can't. Yeah.
Okay, I'll just write it in the chat so everybody knows. Plushie Makoa physical plus for giveaway. Nobody will be in doubt now.
Also, guys, if you head on over to the Twitter account, which can be found underneath the stream, there is a giveaway for not only the plushie, there's also a Razer Def Adder, brand spanking new. It looks fantastic. Brand spanking new Razer Def Adder gaming mouse being given away as well. There's literally hundreds of people. All you have to do is follow the instructions on that. Remember, these giveaways, all giveaways once per week, will be given away all the way through till playoffs. On the 10th of November, we will draw winners for each and every single one of them. And then on the following week, they all get sent out to you guys. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. But yeah, week 3 coming up. Some amazing games. The schedule will be done by Wuffy, and it'll be posted in the Discord, which you can find underneath the stream as well. Make sure you check that out as well. Check out all our social media stuff, the YouTube channel where all the VODs should be uploaded. I say should.
Should.
Yeah. Week 3. I'm hyped. Next week is going to be fantastic. We've even broke grounds this weck. We broke our viewer recordship. We had 137 last week. We've had 140 something people this week. You guys are fantastic. We love you. Massive shout outs to all of you, and of course massive shout outs to all the teams and all the participants within the league, like literally agreeing to stay together. You know how Paladins teams, you know, split up every now and then. They say, oh, I can't be bothered now, I'm going to jump to another team hops and all that crap. But no, this is what the MLL was built for, right? We have a set of rules. You have to participate in all 8 weeks, and you know what, shout outs to all of them. Like, they've all done it. They're all trying. And of course, there's teams that are having some troubles. People, obviously, Lord Plebs with his mum dying and stuff had to step away. So we had to bring in some subs and stuff like that. But nonetheless, guys, this is what it's all about. Now, TJ, if you wouldn't mind just throwing the scoreboard back up onto stream, that would be much appreciated, my friend. I just want to go over the next matchups. If I have it somewhere. Where's it
Well,
gone?
we have it. If you want to know the matchups for week number 3 and forward, you can actually go to our official Gamepedia page. I'm just going to post it in the chat so everybody's in the know. You will always be able to know which matchups are going to go through next time. So here you go. This is the Gamepedia page. And we are going to have the matchups known by Bloodlust versus AICO. Then BrutalFissure versus Crisis. Leviathan Esports versus Infected Dragons. And Fate versus Yazoo.
So that's a big game for Fate.
That's a big game for almost everyone.
Week 3 is massive. Week 3 is a massive. Like, you have to win week 3. You literally have to win. There's no way out of this. This is absolutely phenomenal. Let's have a quick look. Week 3. So Bloodlust versus AICO. That, in my opinion, has to go to Bloodlust way. BrutalFissure by Crisis. That's got to go Crisis way, in my opinion. Massive game. Leviathan versus Infected Dragons. That's another one. And then, of course, I'm going to pick this not because it's my team, but they're the 2 closest teams. Fate versus Yazoo. That will be the MVP matchup, I do believe. And that will be mega close.
Well, we are at the end of our ropes for this week. I hope you've had some very, very good sets. Want some closing words from every one of you? Jay, the host, the man himself, the MLL guru of creations.
No, honestly, I just want to give a massive shout out to you guys as well. Real TGJ, Ridiculous Average, and Waffy. You guys absolutely rock. Always here, week on week. And of course, the community, you guys absolutely are fantastic. I love you. I know I give people grief, and I'm really hard-ass sometimes, but I have to be. And I try not to be, but I have to be. I've got to lay the law down and push the boat out. But I do love you guys. You are the best gaming community in the world. I love you. Paladins is the best game. Hashtag Paladins best game, of course. But yeah, we'll be back next week for week number 3, the most important week. I'm literally saying that because it's midweek. It's the mid-season. Okay, mid-season, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be absolutely fantastic.
Thank you. TJ, any last words from my man that was in Hobbitland not so long ago?
Hobbitland?
Okay, so Woofy has seen the so anyone in stream that didn't know. So yeah, I was at EGX last weekend. I was casting with ESL and Intel. You know, there's big competition, big deal thing. And there is a VOD online of what I was up to, and Woofy found it hilarious because I was on the casting desk in the middle and I was the tallest one there.
You did look a little bit out of place. You had the one left to your right of you really small, and then you had you, and it looked really big and out of place.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep, so
like, imagine TJ, like,
basically I'm Gandalf, and I had Lethal, who casts with ESL, and I also had the game devs from Grip and Hyperball Arena next to us, and I'm Gandalf to the Hobbits. Is that what we're really saying?
Yeah, that's what we're going with.
Yeah, he was sitting at the casting desk like, "Run, you fools!" I was broken to tears. I was like, TJ, like, you're almost 2 heads underneath me, and they were lower than you. You are literally in the Shire right now.
Oh my god. Okay, can I actually say my closing words?
Yeah, go. Right, me and we'll shut up now.
Are you guys done? Are we done? Good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah, as Jay said, the league is really shaping up. We've got some awesome storylines, and week 3 is gonna be big. I don't know if we've stated this at all about how important week 3 is gonna be. But it is, it's worth a watch, and it's going to be hella awesome to cast as well, because the teams are all just so close, and all the matchups are pretty much either teams that are drawing points or 1 point between them. So it could go either way, and that's what I love about it. So I am looking forward to next week. I've got some VODs to watch, some notes to make, and stats to create.
Thank you so much, TJ.
Thank you, everyone.
Your closing words, Waffy, before we close out the stream, dear sir, Mr. Dane.
Well, First of all, I would like to say thank you so much for not bullying me this time around. I was actually here on time. And thank you so much for watching my production. I know I am still gonna work on getting better at the transitions. It's still a big project for me, and I've done most of all the production when it comes to graphics and such. So thank you so much for giving me a chance to defend myself and my production. And see you all for week number 3, when I actually get every single draft right. I promise it, this time I won't make any more mistakes. This is done. I'm over that.
You heard it here first, ladies and gents. Right, guys, thank you ever so much. This has been week number 2 of the MLL Rise and Shine. It's gaming time. We will see you next week.
Swiggity swooty.